Hey, it's that time again. Welcome to the 4 to 5. Eric, Chad, Lauren, Tim Buckley's out there as well. Yeah, we got a Friday vibe going on here today, and it's only Thursday.
I think it's because we had our station Christmas party
We
today.
did.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a Friday.
Still riding off that high.
It's true.
My stomach's still kind of full right now.
Me too.
Coming up this half hour, we're going to be talking about Manning's top 4 Christmas movies. So you don't want to miss that.
More on that in a second. We're going to get to you, Tim, really quickly. But first, we have some big news in our top headlines. Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. The city of Greensboro has selected a new police chief. Assistant Chief John Thompson will take over the role this Friday.
Be ready and be willing to work with us. We're probably going to be a little more transparent than historically we've been with the police department. That creates some challenges and barriers to overcome with that transparency.
Thompson succeeds Brian James, who retired in April of 2022. He's a California native, but is not a stranger to the triad. He began his law enforcement career in Asheboro, then held several GPD positions before landing the assistant chief role. We'll hear more from him coming up at 5. We are learning more about an incident at Winston-Salem State University that's gotten national attention. Police charged Layla Hamid yesterday for disorderly conduct. They say Hamid started arguing with the professor about an assignment. Officers say Hamid was asked to leave the classroom, but she refused. We reached out to Hamid to talk to her about the incident, but haven't heard back yet. The university's chancellor released a statement concerning the students' claims. It reads in part, in accordance with law enforcement procedures, our officers' first priority is to assess the situation and provide every opportunity for a positive resolution. As situations escalate, their responsibility is to ensure the safety of the students, faculty, and staff members that are present. This is a developing story we are following throughout the night. Coming up at 5, we'll hear from students inside the class during the disturbance.
I'm concerned about a trend in one of our local COVID numbers. This graph shows the number of COVID hospitalizations in Guilford County. The data is revealing a couple interesting things. First, the latest patient count. It's 59, which is actually the highest number on this 7-week graph and 9 people higher than just yesterday. Now look at the gaps. Typically, it's weekends and holidays when the county doesn't report this number. But the gaps here in the middle are much larger. I believe it's because patient count was getting so low during that time, the county didn't feel it was relevant to report, so they started reporting the data weekly instead of daily. Clearly, our numbers are going up quickly, so I imagine the county will get back to reporting daily. All right, Tim Buckley, the rain, has it stopped? I think it's finally stopped.
We're good. Yes, indeed. It is mostly stopped, Chad. There are still some pockets of drizzle around the area, but overall, the main rain has ended, and mercifully so. It was kind of tough out there for a while yesterday and today with all the rain coming down. Put down about an inch in many areas. We're still very chilly, though. Temperatures right now are about 36 degrees in Greensboro, in the 30s throughout much of the triad. I do mention the sprinkles, though. We've seen a couple of them dancing on our cameras the last hour or so. But take a look at the radar. There's none of that showing up. Drizzle often is too close to the ground to be picked up by the radar beam. So don't be shocked if you still have a little bit of mist or drizzle through the next couple of hours. Bottom line, we're cold. It looks like winter. It feels like winter here. You might be real jealous of our friends at the coast, though, depending on what you like. 70s, Wilmington, Myrtle, Charleston, Hilton Head. 40 degrees warmer than we are here. Raleigh's at 42, Wilmington at 72. Kind of amazing, isn't it? The sun will come out tomorrow. Just like Annie says, we'll be right around 50 for tomorrow. Blue sky, easy going. There will be a bit of a breeze, though. Kind of a blustery feel to the day. So even though it's 50, it won't feel all that warm, but it will be a very nice day overall. We'll keep that weather around for Saturday. But heading into Christmas week, boy, oh boy, it's going to start to get very cold around the East Coast, including here in the Carolinas. We'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes.
If you're putting the finishing touches on your holiday decorations, experts say you should be careful. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says there are nearly 200 Christmas-related injuries every day during the holiday season, and sometimes incidents can become deadly.
The holidays turned tragic in a neighborhood outside of Philadelphia last year. Early Christmas morning, crews battled a 2-story house fire. A mother and one son escaped, but the father and 2 children who were trapped inside died. Investigators believe a faulty electric star on top of a dry Christmas tree sparked the fire. This demonstration from the Consumer Product Safety Commission shows just how dangerous a dry tree can be. The tree on the left has been watered regularly. 30 seconds after being lit, it smolders out. The tree on the right is dry. The flames spread quickly, and in a matter of seconds, the room is engulfed in flames.
Around Christmas, we see a lot of hazards associated with decorating.
Alex Hohen-Sarek is the chair of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission and says candles also pose a danger. In this demonstration, a misplaced candle on a menorah ignites the curtains. And every year, thousands of people get hurt putting up decorations.
What are the most common injuries you see at Christmas time?
We do see a lot of falls associated with ladders and people using them to put up decorations.
Decorations need to be double-checked for defects. Lights shouldn't have any frayed wires or loose sockets. Making sure they don't can prevent a tragedy this holiday season.
Yeah,
Sorry, continue.
I was going to say, you definitely want to be safe with those Christmas decorations. That video was pretty scary. Are you all done with your decorations at your home?
I don't have any decorations up because I always go home for Christmas, so
Okay.
I don't even decorate at my place.
I'm kind of in the same
I
boat
was waiting
here.
for you to judge me.
No, because I'm kind of in the same boat. I do have a little Charlie Brown tree that I take out every year. It is still in my storage room, so I haven't taken it out yet. But this year I was telling my parents, I said, I'm going to buy a tree. I'm going to get one of those 6-feet trees and put it in my apartment. Never got to it.
Maybe
but
next year.
there's still time. I still have about 10 more days. So.
Maybe next year, right? I remember growing up as a little kid, and we would always get a real Christmas tree. And I know that obviously the danger with a real Christmas tree is letting it dry out, not making it sure it's watered. So I remember every day my dad would be under that tree adding water down to the base that holds the tree just to keep it moisturized.
Yeah, keep it moisturized.
Yeah,
would you ever get a real tree once you start actually decorating your home?
Maybe.
Something to look out to.
We'll
Well, we want you to be careful at home, but you also want to be careful in the newsroom as well. We had our holiday decorating competition this week, and yesterday we showed off several of the cool desks, Ben Briscoe's Christmas, or Disco Christmas, Daniel's Winter Wonderland, and they're all very nice, but there could only be one winner. Eric is live in the newsroom with more on that winner.
Well, let me tell you, first of all, Chad, I'm really proud that you moisturized the tree. I mean, that's going the extra mile. The extra mile. He's laughing at me. Blair Barnes is with us today. So it's Blair was on the committee to kind of get all this together. This is Hunter Funk's desk, our reporter anchor. Yes, boy. Now, so tell us what everybody was judged on, because some people went all out for this thing.
Yes, creativity, craftsmanship, and a visual impact. I need to see how much time you put in. Hunter stayed after hours, off the clock. She had a ladder in here, and I was like, Hunter, what are you doing? So she really just went all out the way, and she got creative. She took these elves. She turned.
I know. Look at this. Let's go over to it, because I love that's most of the employees here. She took their pictures off our employee photo board and put hats and ears on everybody. She went over and above. And then I'm gonna ask Manning to go inside and then turn around, do a reverse angle. So Hunter actually built a little house, right? She's got a little roof over it. But then I love the hanging Santa Claus here. Looks like he's stuck. He's having a hard time. So, but this was close, right? Because Ben Briscoe's Disco, we'll call it. That was close. I mean, how close was the competition?
1 point. One, literally. It was just like, I think it was a 114 or 115?
Let me tell you how serious she is about this, because tell them what you used to do before you worked here, your career before, and this is why I think you're so good at this.
Oh, gosh. I used to teach 8th grade English, so I really like to decorate, get involved. It's the engagement for me. It brings us together.
Teacher.
Yes, it's like the sense of community, and you get to have fun.
It's the teacher side of her that came out. She was judging us on creativity and all that. Anyway, Hunter did an excellent job. I mean, obviously, hands down the winner. But Ben is right, by the way, he's right over there, and I don't think he's happy about that. Here he comes.
Hunter's was great. She wins. It was wonderful.
He said she wins. Good sportsmanship. Way to go, Ben. Yeah, we had fun. We'll do this again next year then, Blair, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it. Back to you guys.
Oh, that
Love
was
it.
great. And I did my 2 cents on this today. Just the idea of decorating, which typically is just an ordinary work setting. And I think it was great because so much like family and
Yes.
camaraderie came together with this. So much joy in the newsroom just from people decorating their desks.
Some of us even stayed late yesterday just talking and laughing about all the desks, taking pictures with it. What I really enjoyed was the playful banter. Every time I came in, people were adding more and more to their desks. They said, "You're not going to catch me slipping. I'm going to win." But it really was so much fun. And I'm kind of hoping that we do this for other holidays, Halloween, New Year's,
Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of all the snacks that we might get if it's Valentine's Day. But just look at some of the work here. I mean, the Dollar Tree down the street is sold out of Christmas
Because of
decorations,
us.
I heard, because we got so many of them.
People really took this seriously, and I hope folks watching at home that you'll think about doing this in your own office, because we definitely had a blast doing it here.
Such a fun time. Congratulations to Hunter.
Yes!
Well, if you haven't shipped off presents yet, boy, you are up against a tight deadline. As we head to break, here's a look at the deadlines from the 3 biggest companies. Keep in mind, some have already passed. We'll be right back.
The holiday season can be overwhelming for many, from buying gifts to preparing dinner for friends and family. This time of year can be stressful for more reasons than one. However, one concern that's sometimes overlooked during the holidays associated with big feasts are those struggling with an eating disorder. Caroline Garrison is a registered dietitian with Novant Health. She says the holidays can pose trigger opportunities because most events involve food. Her first piece of advice is to come in with a plan.
Maybe even coming up with some situations like well-meaning family members or friends who want to talk about weight loss or diets, and having the tools in place that that person feels confident and comfortable in redirecting the conversation, or stepping out of the room for a break, or just kind of getting out of the situation that would be triggering in that way.
In addition to having a plan, Garrison recommends having a support system, practicing self-care, and setting healthy boundaries with friends and family.
And then reminding yourself, it is the holiday season. We don't want to have that only focused on the food, but also, having that time with family and friends. And I always encourage my patients, maybe start a holiday tradition that doesn't revolve around food, right? So going to look at Christmas lights or, whatever would kind of work for your group of family or friends.
Reports show nearly 30 million Americans will experience an eating disorder in our lifetime. If you or you know someone who's battling this, we do have the disorder helpline number listed at the bottom of our screen here.
Talk about pressure if you have an eating disorder. And I mean, wouldn't you say 90% of events around the holiday focus around food, around the table? That's big time pressure for those folks.
I really like the point that she made about having a support system. I imagine any disorder that you're dealing with can be difficult to suffer in silence or feel like you're alone. So, I mean, even just telling one loved one about a problem. Now, granted, I imagine it's very difficult to open up to somebody about that, but I mean, even just having that one person can make a huge difference if you're trying to
navigate through it.
Yeah, well, and that person can steer a conversation away from
Absolutely.
certain things, go with them to, let's go outside for a minute, just to have a little break, a little pressure cooker. You have to vent the pot every now and again.
Talking to Caroline earlier, she made some other great points, saying in general, a lot of us during the holidays, especially for the new year, we put so much critique on ourselves, saying, I'm going to lose this amount of weight, or I'm not going to eat this after this meal. Kind of just taking the focus off of food and more on friends and family and gathering together in the holidays and just giving yourself grace, just, live a little.
I like that. We'll be right back.
Well, we told you it was going to be an ugly day, a cold day, and really just raw from start to finish. That has come true for sure. Morning looked like that. Throughout the afternoon, we've still held on to our clouds. At times, there's been some drizzle as well. Right now, we're kind of coming to an end for anything falling out of the sky. Maybe a few sprinkles here or there, but by and large, the rain is over with. Wanted to show you some of the rainfall totals. Keep in mind, all of this is just today, starting at about midnight all the way through now. Rain amounts of 1 inch are pretty common across our area, close to that from Greensboro to Asheboro as well. But keep in mind, last night we already picked up about 1/3 of an inch of rain before midnight. So when you add them all together, it was about 1 to 1.5 inches across our area as we expected. Wild variations in the Carolinas, 70s at the coast, 30s here. We have that cold air stuck as often as the case in this time of year. 50s across the south. We're going to go toward normal weather over the next couple of days. The sun will come out tomorrow, no doubt about that for your Friday into Saturday. A bit of a breeze, but nothing too terribly crazy. And then cold weather is going to start to kind of take control. Going into next week, we will be chilly to start the week and downright cold once we get closer to Christmas. It is possible, but not a sure thing, that we may have a winter system try to blow up a couple days before Christmas time, but that is just an uncertainty right now. We don't know that for sure, but we can bet we're going to be watching very carefully as a lot of people have to travel right before Christmas. Bottom line, here's your forecast. Sunny and typical the next couple of days. A little cooler for Sunday. There'll be a slight chance of rain on Tuesday, and then we'll keep a very close eye on that Thursday, Friday forecast before Christmas.
Hello, how now, brown cow? Christmas time is here again. Hello. Oh.
There's always great debate about the best holiday movie. While we're not here to stir that pot, we do have a few honorable mentions.
Absolutely. WFMY News 2 movie critic Manning Franks has his top 4 festive titles, sure to be a hit for the whole family.
It's the holiday season here at News 2, and outside of the spooky season of Halloween, no time of year has created more iconic films in relation to this holiday season. So in order to get into the Christmas spirit, we're taking a break from reviewing films, and I'm going to tell you 4 iconic and my favorite films are for this Christmas season and where to find them. So hopefully you and your family can cozy up by the fire and watch one of these classic selections.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
The 1954 classic is a film littered with charm, humor, and heart in both its intimate songs and its louder musical numbers. White Christmas is a film that, while straightforward in execution and a little dated, still holds a lot of the magic of its holiday season in its songs and in its sweet sincerity of its cross-generational appeal. It's currently streaming on Netflix.
I mean, what can a kid do to us? Kids are stupid. I know I was. You still are, Mark.
A parent's worst nightmare and a kid's dream, Home Alone is a holiday staple thanks to its fantastical elements, nestled in its comedic contrast of boy versus burglars. It may stretch its premise to great lengths at times, but this slapstick comedy boasts fun and memorable performances from the Wet Bandits themselves, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. You can find Home Alone on Disney+.
This might be the opportunity to find out who you really are.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
One of the most quotable Christmas films of all time, Elf is the embodiment of Christmas cheer, and it's hard to find anything that can rival its sheer positivity. Led by the always reliable Will Ferrell as Buddy the Elf, the film teeters between Ferrell's absurdist tendencies and the contrasting him with the real world, while never forgetting that Christmas cheer. You can find Buddy on HBO Max.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
One of my favorite films of all time, It's a Wonderful Life transcends its associated holiday and makes a point to have something profoundly universal to say. It's life-affirming to all who question the purpose and direction of their life. Director Frank Capra and Jimmy Stewart as George Bailey have made a film that stands the test of time and speaks to the human soul. I watch it every year at Christmas with the family. And yes, I also cry every time, so bring a tissue box. You can watch it only on Amazon Prime. Hopefully one of these has piqued your interest, and whichever one you choose to watch during the rest of this holiday season, I hope you and yours have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.
Some good
nice movies there, man.
Those are great.
Love them.
Well, thank you. I mean, these are just my favorite. Of course, favorite is subjective because the Christmas spirit is whatever you have grown up on. It's the nostalgia of the moment. It's what you spend time with your family. And I'd love to know, what are some of y'all's favorite Christmas films?
You hit a bunch of them
did.
that I liked.
Home Alone.
Yes.
Elf is my #1 favorite.
Yes,
Number
great
one
one.
favorite.
Love Elf.
Great one.
I have a new #2 though. My #2 was Christmas Story, and now it's the new Christmas Story. Like, I actually like the new version with Ralphie as an adult better than the original.
I cannot wait to watch this.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I want to put that on my list too.
All right, so Manning, I've got to get these two. They haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life. And, I know.
Travesty.
So good. And it doesn't matter how old, because when did that movie come out, Manning?
1946, I think is when it came out.
But it is still relevant about
Okay.
people. Yeah, it's really good.
Well, Manning will be with us in the next half hour, so stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back.
Hey, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check, mic check.
Welcome back to the 4 to 5. Kill the music. We got to get serious here for a minute.
We got a lot of stuff going on here today.
Lots happening. We had our holiday party here today, so everybody's in the mood here.
And then we just got
feel
like
the energy.
Yep, just like Christmas theme across the way. Manning's joining us this half hour to talk about the best holiday romance movies.
Oh, interesting. And Tim's got his Christmas red on, so that's good.
I
the
do.
holiday red.
So does Lauren.
Yeah,
is nice.
I do. And you have your red on as well.
I do. I got a little red
Look at
right
us
here.
in the
Yep.
spirit.
There we go.
Only red until Christmas Day. That's how we're doing it.
Yes.
Tim, how's the weather looking?
Well, all that's missing is snow, I suppose, right? We're all Christmased out otherwise, but we don't have that component. In fact, today we've had the chill, we've had the drizzle, we've had the rain, really a lot of it too. That's come to an end for the most part. I'm not saying you can't see a sprinkle here or there from now, but overall we're pretty much done with the rainfall. Take a look though, as we look across all of our triad cities, we are not finding a glimpse of sun. Instead, it's just overcast and gloomy. That's going to continue for the last couple of hours of, well, last couple of minutes, I guess, of our daylight for today. The sun sets at 5:06. All the rain has come and gone. You can see it really formed a bit of a line, and that last hurrah is into eastern North Carolina now. We're pretty cold here locally in the mid-30s as we have been all day. Our temperature has only moved a couple of degrees. Elsewhere, totally different. They have 60s and 70s at the coast. We will not get our hands on any of that moving forward. What we will see, clouds clearing out slowly but surely overnight tonight. There could be a little patchy fog tomorrow morning. Temperatures will be right around 34 degrees. For tomorrow afternoon, it'll be sunny in the 40s. So we'll have some sun to go around for your Friday, and I expect us to keep that sunshine around for Saturday as well. So good news for drier weather, at least for a couple of days. Take a look at my forecast. I have us in the 40s with sunshine for tomorrow. Same idea for Saturday. Both days will be in the mid to upper 40s for highs. A little cooler than that by Sunday, and we could maybe see a couple of extra clouds. The next chance for rain could come as early as Tuesday of next week, but really cold air is on the way behind that. By Christmas, I think we'll be in the 30s for highs with teens for lows.
All right, let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. The city of Greensboro has selected a new police chief. Assistant Chief John Thompson will take over the role this Friday. Thompson succeeds Brian James, who retired in April of 2022. He's a California native, but is not a stranger to the triad. He began his law enforcement career in Ashboro, then held several GPD positions before landing the assistant chief role. We'll hear from him coming up at 5. The head of the largest college sports governing body is changing. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker will be the next president of the NCAA. He'll replace Mark Emmert. Baker announced earlier this year he would not seek re-election as governor. Right now, the organization is going through a sweeping reform, trying to decentralize the way college sports is governed.
The U.S. Postal Service revealed 7 new stamps. The group includes the late civil rights leader John Lewis. Lewis lived his life fighting for equality and human rights and is known for the motto, "Good Trouble." The post office says it'll share more designs in the months ahead.
Welcome to the Grammy Awards. My name is Trevor Noah, and I'll be your host tonight. I mean, I would have worn a shirt for my first Grammys, but, you know, each to his own.
Trevor Noah is hosting the Grammy Awards for the 3rd year in a row. This time he'll also take on the role as producer of the show. Noah recently signed off as host of The Daily Show after 7 years. You can watch the Grammys right here on WFMY on February 5th. I always love seeing who they decide is going to be the host, because think about the shoes that you have to fill to host the Grammys.
I mean, look at the list of those.
Oh my
Those are
goodness.
huge names. He's such he's a talent. He's such a talent. And so quick. He's just witty and quick.
That's what I was going to say. I just love how witty he is. He's so talented. He just has a great smile, great energy, and it's great to keep seeing him do things, even though he signed off on his big show the other week.
Right. Could you imagine? I mean, would you host the Grammys if you were asked?
I would.
I know you would.
I
This
would
is
love
like your dream to host shows and all that good
any kind of
stuff.
show like that. I would love it.
And that's a make or break job right there.
No,
I
it
mean,
is.
like you could launch your career or you could sink it.
I know. That's why I had to think about that. Like, am I ready to fill those shoes? What about you? Would you jump on the opportunity?
That's pressure.
I would do it.
Yeah, you would do it?
You can't say no to that.
Right, because it's not like I have a national career that's taking off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I mean,
this is your chance to get discovered.
Chance to be discovered, right?
What's funny is that we're having that conversation right now.
I know, so know if you're listening.
Like we're really gonna get
Hi,
that.
guys.
Please, just let me host one late night talk show once, or a game show once in my life. I'll be happy, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Well, maybe.
That's bucket list. I mean,
Okay. All right, we'll see what we can do.
right before retirement. That's what I'll do.
right.
Please.
Well, switching to other news, big manufacturing companies are making the Triad their home. These companies are willing to offer high wages for people with the skills needed to get the job done. There's an agency right in our backyard that's grooming folks for the Triad's growing workforce. WFMY News 2's Denise McMiller takes a closer look at how they're doing it.
NC Works Next Gen is taking young adults and molding them for well-paying, growing industries right here in the Triad. And what's amazing about this program is that they are taking folks who would typically be statistics like high school dropouts and preparing them for success.
The bright, vibrant colors inside NC Works Next Generation downtown Greensboro is piquing the interest of this generation's youth.
Our participants light up at the fact that, well, hey, you know, I was experiencing homelessness, but I went to the NC Works Career Center. I talked to the youth advocates. I was able to compose my resume and then work with the business services team to get me this job.
Those are the types of success stories Lee Howell Jr. with Next Generation says they're able to tell often. They specifically work with 16 to 24-year-olds who are facing hardships. They put them through career counseling, connect them with local colleges, and get them certified and ready for the workforce.
Guilford Technical Community College, UNCG, A&T, Greensboro College. As long as they do have these programs that they're interested in for training, then we can send them there free of charge. Once they receive that certification, they can come back to us, and then we'll help them find that full-time, sustainable, above minimum wage employment.
Part of getting them ready?
Check the outlets, make sure.
Is letting students test a trade through a new virtual reality set.
Of giving them that physical aspect of what the job entails, because a lot of times our participants may have certain health issues that they may not discuss with us. So if anybody does have issues with a bad back, or they have issues with their knees, and they do have an issue getting through the module, it does bring us back to that counseling point of view.
Here's a side-by-side of the task someone interested in being a residential technician would complete virtually.
Replaced, you can head over to the fuse box.
And the tools they're using are proving successful. Just this month, they've had 20 job placements, and Next Gen is currently serving 87 participants.
And Next Gen tailors their job placements and programs around industries that will see growth in the next 5 years here in the Triad. And their coordinators tell me that some of their participants who have completed their program are now making close to 6 figures.
Well, and talking about someone who got the right job, that's for sure. There's one Triad high school football coach. He's getting honored by the Panthers. This is the big deal, and this guy wins all the time, so it's no surprise, really. WFMY News 2's Amanda Ferguson talking about what's happening up in Reidsville.
Yeah, big day for Reidsville's head football coach, Jimmy Teague. The Carolina Panthers recognizing him as the high school coach of the year. It was a surprise ceremony today in the gym for the longtime coach. It was filled with students and players and staff. The Panthers presenting him with a trophy and $2,000 to the athletic program at Reidsville High School. He walks us through his day.
Not what I was expecting, for sure. I thought we were doing something else we're getting ready to redo our field, and I thought, you know, we were doing something for the field, so it was totally a shock. I did get a little bit of a clue because I was going to walk in the back door, and Joe wouldn't let me. He said, you got to walk around the front door. So I knew something was going on, maybe a little bit then, but I didn't know exactly what it was.
What Coach T has done has taken things on the football field, but it's also bled into the community. And to me, that's just as much impactful as what happens on the field. When you saw people come up that have come here this morning and congratulated him, these are people from the community, you know, from the mayor to citizens. So, like, to me, that tells you a lot about what his impact is on the football field, but more importantly, off the field and in this community.
Guys, 26 seasons at Reidsville, 8 state titles. I mean, it's a pretty successful program over there that is led by Coach Teague.
That's huge.
I mean, when people talk about high school football in this area, Reidsville's always one of the top. I mean, what Amanda, it's like 20-something.
Yeah, they have 22 titles. They would have won 23, but they just fell short in the championship game.
I'm sure a lot of parents are like, I want to make sure my child plays for him so they can be set on the path to success.
Yeah, don't think for a minute that some people don't move to be in
Mhm.
that district so that they can have their kid coached by him.
And Amanda, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't other states also name a similar coach along those lines?
What do you mean?
Do you know, like, does each state pick one coach to receive this honor?
The Carolina Panthers said that it's between both states, both North Carolina and
Oh,
South
wow, okay.
Carolina, and they chose Coach Teague.
Wow.
That's a huge honor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal. So, I think somebody joked one day, but it may not end up being a joke. So they said, go ahead and get the bronze statue ready. They're going to put that out in front of Reedsville High School one day, like some of the great coaches of all time have had.
Amanda, what kind of guy is he? I know you've talked to him before.
Oh, he's so nice. He's so helpful with us, gives us anything we need if we need to talk to a player. And he's so humble too. I mean, they have so many years of success, so many state championships, but he's just happy to do the job that he's in.
That's great. All right. Well, thanks, Amanda. Great story. We'll be right back. To remember, to honor, to teach. Those mantras are the reason behind the nationwide effort to honor fallen heroes this Christmas.
You've heard about Reefs Across America, where volunteers lay reefs on thousands of veteran graves at Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C. Inspired by this effort, 2 Greensboro friends have brought the mission home.
Wreaths Across Greensboro is happening this Saturday at Forest Lawn Cemetery. It's where more than 1,100 Triad veterans are buried. Every year, people adorn their graves with wreaths for the holiday season.
Without those folks that did the things that they've done, we wouldn't have the privileges that we have and the safety that we have and the ability to complain like we can. And that's okay. I mean, the defense of those types of things was earned long ago, and there comes a responsibility with that too.
Every year, people of all ages and veterans from all branches attend the ceremony, which includes music, a compelling keynote speaker, and flag folding. Reefs Across Greensboro has a goal of raising $20,000 this year.
And you are invited to Saturday's event. It's at 11 a.m. at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Greensboro. You will find parking and shuttles in the Spencer Love Tennis Center. And if you're interested in sponsoring a wreath, we have the information in WFMYnews2.com. Just look in the Good Morning Show section. We'll be right back.
Mic check. Hello. 1, 2. Let me go back into my little spot. All right. One.
Earlier in the show, our Manning Frank shared a few holiday movie recommendations. We talked about a few of our favorites, but you know which genre we didn't discuss?
What's that?
Holiday romance. You know, the ones most folks call cheesy, the single person finds love around the Christmas tree, you know, that kind of thing. Are you a fan of those movies?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I felt like that was going to be your... Well, I love them. My channel stays on Hallmark around this time of year.
Do you know, to me, the quintessential, the theme always, so-and-so moves back to their hometown, they open a little coffee shop.
Yes.
Didn't know that their high school boyfriend is there too. Oh, look who I ran into, you know?
You just wrote a Hallmark movie.
You did.
That's it. That's every one of
A
them.
lot of them have the same plot, just
Yes.
different characters playing them with different names
And lots
in
of
different cities.
Past actors that are
And
looking
just
for
like
work.
a magical kiss at the end.
Oh,
to seal the
always.
whole
Just to
thing.
top it off.
You know, one movie that I don't know if it would be considered a chick flick, but one movie I saw recently that I really liked was Four Christmases.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. That's a good movie.
I haven't seen that one.
It's a
Oh,
comedy,
that's funny.
but I would say it's a chick flick comedy,
Sort of
rom-com.
Rom-com,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
what it's
rom-com.
called, yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorites actually is Kimmy, my fiance, showed me. She really loves it. It's called The Holiday. You know that one? I'm not sure you guys are familiar
I don't
with
know
that
that
one.
I've heard of that
Kate
one.
Winslet is also in there. Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, Jude Law. It's a really good. It's not the best, but it's such a really comfort Christmas film.
A star-studded event.
Yeah.
Yes, spectacular.
Well, you guys are in luck because there's a new movie airing this Sunday right here on WFMY News 2. It brings all the fun of the season and little love together in a colorful Christmas bow. Check it out.
Oh, wait, what? Oh. When Christmas was young, we have a single mother who has made a lot of sacrifices in her life, including giving up on her childhood dreams of pursuing a career in music, until she meets Mr. Luke Dawson.
I make careers happen.
Oh, wow. So you're gonna make all my dreams come true?
Luke starts off like all about Luke. He has to find the rights to this song to kind of redeem himself and save his career.
He's very determined to get this song from her. But through that journey, they actually get to know each other and realize that they have so much in common.
I think I'm getting caught up in the magic of a Jackson Woods Christmas. Melody, who has such a pure outlook on music, reinstills his love for what a great song means. And I think he refines his love through music through that.
That's why I love music. Songs and lyrics are like the memory markers for our soul. I love the fact that Sheryl Crow wrote the title song.
Just like it was when Christmas was young.
It's fun to write a song that's just hopeful and upbeat and positive.
I think that's why people will connect to it. It actually feels like it has like the magic of Christmas.
Look at Lauren.
I can't wait. I love it. That's my type of a movie. I love movies, love books, all of that.
I like some of those too. The thing with me is if you get too corny,
Cheesy,
like the trip on the ice and they fall down. Oh, we're so cute together.
And then they start laughing hysterically,
Yes.
and then they look at each other and pause, and then they move closer.
I don't mind that predictability, you know. I just want a little bit of flair, you know.
A little more substance.
Yeah, just a bit. You know, just a bit.
I would really like to know your take on Christmas. Manning, yes, I'm looking at you.
Yes.
On just like Christmas love stories.
Listen, I'm all for a good romance, but Christmas love stories and the grip that Hallmark has on that entire industry. My mom and sister who might be watching this who love Hallmark, sorry guys, no, the substance is not for me.
I will say the good thing about these kind of movies, say it's a Sunday afternoon, you're laying on the couch. Those are great movies to just have playing back to back to back.
It's
or when you're
comfort.
doing laundry, you can look and watch while you fold laundry. I feel like those are good, relaxing movies.
Amanda stuck her head around during
Yeah,
the story.
she did.
Goes, some of these are good, y'all. And I mean, so I have to admit that there have been a few that once you start watching, you're like, well, I got to see what happens, even though I know what's going to happen.
What he didn't share with you all while the story was playing is
think
that
you heard
he's
this.
actually a huge Hallmark movie fan.
There was one year I went through
Last
this weird. It was 2 years ago, and I went through this weird thing, and I started watching them. And I started watching another. My wife came in. She goes, "Are you watching Hallmark movies?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but some of these." She goes, "No." She goes, I'm leaving. I'm walking in the other room. She doesn't like them either.
Really?
Wow.
Manning, I challenge you to do a parody movie review on a Hallmark movie.
I'll do it for Falling for Christmas
That's
on
a good
Netflix
idea.
for Lindsay Lohan. I'll do that one. I'm curious.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's
Oh,
do
yes.
it.
That begs to be parodied.
I'm curious.
Or we'll be waiting for you. You only have 1 week left, so it's got to be next week.
Got to do it.
After Christmas, maybe?
All right.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay. You know what would be paired really nicely with a Hallmark movie? Tim
What?
Buckley, got to bring you in for this. Maybe some light snow falling outside.
Just a nice storybook for sure. You know, something for everybody. The Hallmark movies for some, maybe not for me. I do like that Love Actually movie, though. I think that's great. Hey, clouds with us today. The drizzle, the rain, we've had all of it. Too much, in fact, for many of us. Almost an inch of rain today alone. You add that up to yesterday, we saw about 1¼ inches of rainfall. And this is amazing to me. The low temperature for today will go down at 35, the high 37. We've only moved 2 degrees all day. That's pretty remarkable for sure. So consistency is key, I guess. Maybe you'd rather not be in the mid-30s with rain all day long. I know I wouldn't. Not my favorite kind of weather either. There are your numbers for rainfall for the day. And as I was mentioning, we've actually had a good bit of rain recently. We're above average now for the month. We're also above average for the year. 46 inches, in fact, for 2022. This year will finish. Even if we got no rain the rest of the year, it will still finish above average for the calendar year. The storm system we saw is pulling away. Behind it, sunshine. Not right away, not for today, but for tomorrow, yes, the sky will clear out. You'll have blue sky. It's a nice Friday. should be a nice Saturday as well. Still cool. Morning lows will be around freezing. Afternoon highs, they'll be in the 40s. But someone asked me on Facebook, do we really get to keep the sunshine around for a couple of days? And yeah, I do think we can do that. Tomorrow, yes. Saturday, yes, that too. Sunday itself should be partly cloudy, and Monday sunny as well. So 4 days in a row. Let's go for it. That's your Triad forecast.
Church.
Never heard of that.
1,
but that
2.
looks right
Take a
to
look
me.
at your screen now.
Hallmark Movie Channel is suing WFMY News 2 for...
Back to me. Hello. We now know the next leader of the Greensboro Police Department.
Oh no, I do not want that job, Eric. Hey, mic check.
That position is actually John Thompson. He is the new top cop for the Greensboro.
Hi there, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina. We've been doing something fun the past couple of weeks in the WFMY News 2 newsroom. We've held the first ever cubicle decorating contest. You should see the entries. I was so impressed with some of the creativity by my coworkers. There were themes involving Santa Claus, desks that screamed New Year's Eve, lots of garland, and lots of lights. It gave a healthy dose of Christmas spirit to an otherwise typical office setting. Everyone seemed so happy, too. You might be wondering what I did to decorate. Honestly, I had more fun seeing what everyone else came up with, and also I'm one of the judges, so I didn't want to show everyone up. Wink, wink. It was also great to see a fun, healthy competition between coworkers, but also collaboration to make the best possible display. There's just something about this time of year that brings people together. I hope you're able to find some joy over the next couple of weeks, whether it's a decorative display or time with friends and family. That's just my 2 cents, and your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts right now.
We now know the next leader of the